So I'm taking a look here on the American Welding Society Foundation website. Um, I'm looking into this right now. I'm looking into options that I would have available for myself after I finish welding school. I'm not 100% sure if this is the type of career path I would like to go into. But I mean, hey, it's a start. You know what I'm saying? It might not be something I want to do forever. But it's a nice little, I guess it could be a nice little starter career until I decide to move on to something new. You know what I'm saying? Welding is not something that I would want to do forever. People die from welding. People catch cancer. I had an uncle that caught cancer. Obviously, if you take care of yourself and you go go about it the correct way, you shouldn't have a problem. But still, regardless, you know what I'm saying? It's not something I would want to do forever. Of course, I would want to do something different eventually, but I'm looking in this, man, and I know a lot of people in 2025. I know over the past decade or so, a lot of people have come online and, you know what I'm saying, they make all types of statements saying stuff like, college is a scam and it's a waste of time and schooling is a waste of time and I somewhat agree with that to an extent. Um, I feel like going to college, and if you're just going to college for general studies, then it's a waste of time. Like people who go to school for general studies, they're wasting their time. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's like you need a skill. You need to get a trade under your belt. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't got no trade, it's like you really just wasting your time. So yeah, I somewhat agree with that statement that college is a scam and a waste of time, energy, and money. But when you're going to school for what I'm going to school for, it's not a waste of time. Okay, welding is a very decent skill, trade, and degree that I could have under my belt on a resume. Um, as I can see right here, according to the American Welding Society, according to the welding workforce data, over 82,000 welding jobs need to be filled annually. That's a lot, man. That's almost 100,000. That's a lot of jobs. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of available jobs. And over 159,000 welders are nearing retirement. Because you got to take that into consideration. A lot of welders don't stay because, as you know, welding can be a dangerous career path. So a lot of welders don't just stay welders for long, man. A lot of welders, they only go into this for 5 years, 10 years max, and they out. They're gone. They don't stay in for very long. They get what they need to get out of it and they leave. You know what I'm saying? Or some dudes, they stay in it, you know what I'm saying, and they die an early death. That's on them. But I don't want to die early. I want to live long. So if I were to get into this, I would only get in it for 5 years max until I decide to move on to something new. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to die early. I don't want to die. I like being healthy. I want to stay alive for as long as I possibly can. So to each his own. But I'm not about to do welding for no 10, 15, 20 years. It's not for me, baby. But anyways, solid degree, solid trade I'm going to have under my belt because this is a very, very in-demand career. A lot of these careers and a lot of these jobs out here in the near future, man, 2030s, 2040s, a lot of these jobs out here, man, will be replaced. Artificial intelligence is where, we living in the Matrix now, man. We living in the Matrix. We living in the Terminator era. Like, the movies back in the 80s and 90s were telling us what was going to eventually happen. And sure enough, it's happening now. Maybe not to the same exact extent, but it's happening. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? So artificial intelligence is taking over. Might not be taking over to the same extent as it did in the Matrix movies, but it's taking over and it's replacing a lot of jobs and careers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things will be gone in the future. One thing that will not be gone is welding. Those will always, they'll always have welding jobs available, welding careers available. There'll always be openings available for you to get a job as long as you have that degree, that trade, that skill, those certifications. You'll always have a job available. Always will have a job available, man. But if you're going to school for something that's weak, if you're going to school for a business degree, or you're going to college just so you can learn about some history or something weak, you ain't about to get no job, man. Or if you're going for something where artificial intelligence will eventually take over, even when you're dealing with law. Now you're starting to get robot lawyers. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure when it comes to law, as long as you got the certifications, you'll always have a job available. But even when it comes to law, those jobs are starting to get replaced by AI. I don't think it'll ever be at a 100%. Like, there'll always be actual real human lawyers. Me personally, I would rather have a human lawyer than have a robot lawyer, but that's just me. But, some people might be different. And 20 years from now, somebody might just say, hey, I got the bread and I want a robot lawyer. I don't want a regular, I want an artificial intelligence lawyer. I want the AI lawyer. Some people might feel that way, you know what I'm saying? And they'll pay for it if they have to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that'll be a reality in 20, 30 years from now. And there's some other little things that are getting slowly replaced, even like McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually that'll be gone. Fast food restaurants, eventually that'll be gone 20 years from now. Those will start to get replaced by AI. You'll walk into McDonald's and it'll be straight artificial intelligence cooking your food, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So having a skill under your belt that'll always be in demand is important. It's critical. It's critical that you have something under your belt to where you'll always be guaranteed a job or a career. Now, I'm not sure if AI is taking over welding. It might be to a degree, but I doubt that it'll take over welding like at a high level. Like, even when it comes to some of these other things, it probably won't take over at a high level in my lifetime, but it'll start to take over to a degree. Just having some type of skill under your belt with a high demand is important. And as I can see, welding is in high demand because people usually don't stay in it very long to begin with. So it's like a lot of people are retiring every year. They're going into retirement because people don't stay in these things for long. So these careers and these jobs that need to get filled, you know what I'm saying? They need to get filled. They're in high demand. So going for welding was probably very, very smart thing for me to do. I definitely, from what the stats and what the data says, I definitely made the right decision by going into welding, for sure.